Area small businesses gather to discuss how recent legislation could affect them. Plus, a look at how the nation's new budget legislation will impact area health care. And
President Trump threatens more trade partners with new tariffs. I'm Erica Brown with the White House putting more countries on notice and the Israeli Prime Minister's multi-day swing through Washington.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A woman is dead following a fire in rural Fort Scott, Kansas. This is KOAM News at 5. I'm Dow Quick. According to the State Fire Marshal's office, it happened in the 2200 block of Osage Road about 4:45 p.m. yesterday. The Scott Township, Fort Scott, and Bourbon County District 3 fire departments responded to the fire with a trapped occupant with mobility issues. The woman was later found dead in her bed in the living room. Fire Marshal's office says there's nothing suspicious about the fire at this time. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy for a first look at the weather.
Yeah, and it definitely turned out to be a hot and humid day once again for us today. High temps right around 90 degrees, heat indices 95 to 100. Unlike what we saw yesterday and also on Monday, we aren't really seeing showers and thunderstorms out there. We can't rule out a random sprinkler or two or a quick little shower popping up over the next couple hours, but overall I think we're looking pretty good. Let me take you through time. We're going to go into Thursday morning, lower 70s. Once we go through the morning hours into the afternoon, it's hot. 91, 92, 93 degrees across the region. If you're getting out this evening, still hot and humid, 90s, 80s, 70s, and that's as far back as we're going to drop later on tonight. It's 90 in Joplin, it's 90 in Pittsburgh. Better rain chances by the weekend. We're going to look at that here in a bit.
Catch in a few. Today, local business owners in McDonald County, Missouri got the opportunity to learn more about how state and federal legislation might impact them. It was part of a lunch and learn event hosted by the McDonald County Chamber of Commerce. A representative from the National Federation of Independent Businesses spoke to business owners about what work they're doing to support them, as well as answer questions about recent legislation. Topics included action taken to address Proposition A concerns in Missouri and why the Federation sees the recently passed Big Beautiful Bill as a win for businesses across the country.
We are hopeful that they're focusing on bringing manufacturing back. They're focusing on tariffing those countries that don't play fair. And so that allows our craftsmen, our machinists, our labor to begin to come up.
Another issue local business owners say they're concerned about is property taxes. That's going to be the topic of the next Lunch and Learn hosted by the McDonald County Chamber of Commerce. One big beautiful bill cuts to Medicaid will affect hospitals in the 4 states with $1 trillion set to be cut over the next 10 years. The future is unclear. Hospitals in the 4 states tell us that it's too soon to know exactly how they'll be affected.
That we are preserving it, we're protecting it, we're saving it for those who need it the most. This is something I've been working on since New Year's Eve.
We just don't know. Our patients rely heavily on Medicaid, so obviously we're very concerned and we're trying to look into the facts, but we just don't have the information, the data right now to know how is this going to impact Missouri and what are the changes going to be.
Medicaid is a federal program designed to help lower-income Americans afford health care. President Trump is putting more U.S. trading partners on notice. Today, he posted on social media letters to 6 more countries warning them of tariff increases. The posts came shortly before a meeting with leaders from several African countries at the White House. That's where Erica Brown joins us with the latest.
President Trump hosted a lunch with the leaders of West African nations at the White House Wednesday, where he discussed new potential trade opportunities with their countries following steep cuts in U.S. aid to the region.
There's great economic potential in Africa. Like few other places in many ways. In the long run, this will be far more effective and sustainable and beneficial than anything else that we can be doing together.
Shortly before the meeting, Trump posted on social media letters to 6 additional countries, informing them of new tariffs ranging from 20 to 30% beginning August 1st.
We really haven't had too many complaints because I'm keeping them at a very low number, very conservative, as you would say, number. And we haven't had, I'm sure they will be complaining at certain points, but we haven't had complaints. We've been treated very unfairly by both friend and foe.
President Trump also said he is considering sending Patriot missiles to Ukraine for its fight against Russia, and he expressed optimism that a ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas will be reached soon.
There's a very good chance that we'll have a settlement, an agreement of some kind this week, and maybe next week if not.
Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu met with Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth at the Pentagon Wednesday, where they discussed the U.S. strikes on Iran's nuclear sites.
It was an honor to be a part of it. Appreciate your partnership.
I think everybody in the Middle East took note of American resolve and of the strength of our alliance.
Later, Netanyahu met with a bipartisan group of lawmakers on Capitol Hill. Erica Brown, CBS News, the White House.
Speaking to reporters on Capitol Hill, Prime Minister Netanyahu said he and President Trump share a common goal to bring the hostages home and end Hamas's rule in Gaza. Still ahead, information that could influence your budget planning.
Tariffs are at their highest rates in almost 90 years. I'm Jill Schlesinger with how they could impact your wallet.
But first, a heart-stopping moment on a Little League field when an umpire collapses mid-game. Topping today's Health Watch, KOAM, the Community Blood Center of the Ozarks, and local first responders are teaming up for the second Boots, Badges, and Bandages blood drive in Joplin. The event is a friendly competition between Joplin Police, EMS, and the fire department to see who has the greatest showing. That's a showing of both community supporters and team members. After a strong turnout last year, organizers are aiming even higher this time around.
Because of the tremendous turnout last year, we thought we can do that again and maybe even a little better. So our goal is 130 donors. So we'll need to see 150 or 75 or more, maybe even 200 to come through. But we want everyone to come and donate to help the community.
This year's blood drive is July 26th, and Joplin Police Department's Public Training Center is going to be the site. That's on Swede Lane in Joplin. Rates of early onset gastrointestinal cancer are rising worldwide. Research published by Oxford University Press shows cases rising in the U.S. and other high-income countries, with people born in 1990 twice as likely to develop colon cancer as people born in 1950. In the U.S., early onset colorectal cancer is now the leading cause of cancer deaths for men under 50 and the second leading cause for women under 50. A Little League umpire in California is saved after suffering a heart attack during a game. Fans in the stands rushed to his aid, and because of them, he's able to tell his story today. Nicole Comstock has more from Ladera Heights, California.
Jeff Heiser is still in a lot of pain as he stares at the spot on this Little League field where his heart stopped.
I don't think everybody gets to revisit the spot that they die.
It was caught on camera the moment the umpire toppled over near home plate. He was having a heart attack, and within seconds, as his colleagues and kids surrounded him, he had no pulse. So they yelled out to the people in the bleachers for help.
And basically someone said, "Is there a doctor?" And I sat there for a while and I was just like, well.
Well, Jen Poole was a doctor with Cedars-Sinai, but not an ER doctor. So resuscitating strangers wasn't exactly her specialty.
The adrenaline's going, your heart's going, you're second guessing whether or not you're doing the right thing, but you just know you have to help.
Here she is in the green sweater and blue hat, running to Jeff on the field and getting to work.
I was doing CPR probably for 7 to 10 minutes, which is a really long time.
And then my joke to her was she's not a very big lady and to get through all of this.
But she did get through and got his heart going again multiple times. Watching the video back, Jeff says he was in awe.
To acknowledge what's happening and then be the person that runs towards the fire, towards the problem is rare in today's day and age.
Jeff tells us he died and came back to life because of this off-duty doctor taking the lead.
I would hope that I just kept him going and that he didn't die.
Paramedics eventually had to use a defibrillator on Jeff. Both he and Dr. Poole want people to know how important it is to know CPR and for community spaces to have defibrillators. Nicole Comstock, CBS News.
That is a look at today's health news. A little bit later, more on how area first responders are preparing for a friendly showdown to save lives.
Plus, the heat sticking around, but also our rain chances will go back up. We're going to look at that coming up. It definitely turned out to be hot and humid once again for us today. Temperatures up into right around 90 to lower 90s across the region. We don't have thunderstorms today. Pretty much clear skies, but we are going to see those rain chances kind of back in. But there could still be one or two little tiny guys that try to pop up over the next couple hours. Most of us will be dry, but let's focus on the heat and the humidity. That's what we're going to be seeing as we go through the next few days. So by morning, most of us starting kind of 70, 71, 72, 73 degrees. Very sticky start, light southerly wind. We warm up mid 80s. Here's about the noon hour. Let me take you into the afternoon. High temperatures right around 91, 92 degrees. 92 in Miami, 92 in Parsons, 89 in Cassville. Lamar up to about 91. I think most of us will stay dry. We can't rule out a random little pop-up shower. Tomorrow night we look pretty good. We get a few clouds streaming through, but we only drop back mid 70s by morning. As we go through the day on Friday, we get some clouds, but look at this, hot, humid, once again, 90 to about 92 degrees. Starting Friday night, we're going to start to watch chances for a couple complexes of showers and thunderstorms driving in. Here's 9:30 p.m., most likely falling apart. But I do think we're going to get some scattered showers and thunderstorms in here, especially along and north of I-44 Friday night into Saturday morning. You can see this complex here, 7 a.m. on Saturday morning driving through. With these, if they can get here, they're going to be strong and also drop some heavy amounts of rain. All right, day planner for you Thursday, 71 in the morning, 88 by noon, high temp, 92 degrees. Looking outside right now, few little puffy little cumulus clouds, but overall looks pretty good on our Indigo Sky Casino and Resort tower cam for you. Through the evening, 90s, 80s, 70s. We'll bottom out near 70 degrees later on tonight. Look at these temps, 90, 91, 93 in Yates Center. Humidity is still up there. Dew points are kind of sitting mainly into the upper, mid to upper 60s to near 70 degrees. Let's just say 60s. So it puts us in that sticky to kind of muggy range, and that's where we're going to sit as we go through the next few days. So heat indices, especially our western counties, it feels like it's closer to 100 degrees. Let me take you through time. On Thursday, heat index upper 90s to near 100 once you get into our western counties. We'll do it again on Friday. Heat index upper 90s to near 100 degrees. Big ridge of high pressure has been in place. Here's our storm system for the weekend. This is going to drop in and give us those chances to get complexes of showers and thunderstorms. So firing up again late Saturday into Saturday night, even into Sunday morning as well. Not a rain out, but rain definitely out there as we get a few complexes. So we have the potential to get some decent amounts of rain again, like it has been. If we look over the next week, a lot of areas, half an inch to an inch to an inch and a half, depending on where those bigger storms set up. 92 Thursday, 92 Friday, upper 80s over the weekend with those thunderstorm chances back into the 90s early next week. Notice late next week drops into the mid 80s, so kind of up and down.
Mid 80s sounds really nice.
Sounds great. Yeah.
Thanks, Doug. Weather's pretty nice, a bit muggy, but pretty nice for the Newton County Fair that's underway at the fairgrounds in Neosho, Missouri. This is a live look from one of the exhibit buildings. All sorts of livestock were on display. It appears to be goats in this case. This evening's events include ranch riding at the horse arena and a carnival. Fair kicked off today, runs through Saturday. You're going to find more information on the events page at koamnewsnow.com. Summertime means fun in the sun and taking special care of your skin. Even before you get outside, health care starts in the shower with your skin. Dermatologists say the key there is to use only lukewarm water and go easy on the soap.
Trying to do is aggressively strip the natural oils from the skin barrier. Once you do that, you actually make your skin more vulnerable to irritation and inflammation. So all the other products that you use after you clean become more irritating when you strip that barrier. Go for a gentle, non-foaming, unscented cleanser. Your skin will be happier, it'll be stronger, and it'll tolerate the rest of the regimen better.
Once you're outside, experts say your best friend is a high-quality sunscreen. That means minimum 30 SPF, broad spectrum, And it can be either mineral, which creates a physical barrier, or chemical, which absorbs into the skin. Coming up, tariff tensions linger as President Trump hits a pause, but prices could still climb. How much more might you pay at the store? We'll break it down for you next. Topping today's Consumer Watch, the president has signed an executive order extending the 90-day pause on so-called reciprocal tariffs, giving trading partners another 3 weeks to hammer out a deal. CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger explains how this will affect you, the consumer.
President Trump has extended the pause on some tariffs until August 1st. That means that current levels remain in place. Right now, there's a 10% across-the-board tax on imports from all countries, with 30% on goods from China, 50% on steel and aluminum, and 25% on cars. Even with this next deadline pushed to August 1st, the current tariff rate is at the highest level in almost 90 years. The U.S. company that imports the product or material is on the hook for the extra charge. The importer may choose to absorb the extra cost, reducing its profit, or pass it along to consumers. So far, tariffs have not pushed up the inflation rate. But if these levels remain in place, it's likely that inflation at around 2.5% today will tick up to above 3.5%. That could cost households almost $2,000 on average. Because of the uncertainty that tariffs create for the economy, the Federal Reserve is not likely to take any action on interest rates at its July meeting. That means that rates on credit card balances, auto loans, and even mortgages will remain high. In New York, I'm Jill Schlesinger.
Max subscribers might notice a change today. The Warner Brothers Discovery-owned streaming service is switching its name back to HBO Max. The company's first announced the name change last May, at the time adding that prices would not be affected. The return to the HBO Max brand name comes a week before this year's Emmy nominations are announced. A final check of the forecast. Up next on the CBS Evening News, more than 100 people are still missing after the flooding in Texas. Did the code red come too late? Then on KOAM News at 6, a man learns his fate for his role in a 2024 fatal crash in Jasper County, Missouri. Plus, we're going to hear from some of the small business owners meeting today to discuss the impact of new legislation. And both the Joplin Outlaws and Nevada Griffins are in action tonight. We're going to have a preview. Stay with us for the CBS Evening News and then KOAM News at 6. City of Joplin debuted a brand new mural this afternoon. A ribbon cutting ceremony for the mural took place at Smith's Flooring Stores. The Joplin Arts District partnered with Aloe Fiber on the mural titled All Aboard, whose theme is a message of unity, welcoming everyone regardless of who or what they are.
We work our business. We put all our money pretty much in that business. We sacrifice a lot to have a business down here. And we want tourism to come off of Rangeline or the highways through here. And we thought a welcoming message that they would like to get their picture taken in front of would be a good idea.
After the event, participants were treated to refreshments. About 40 people attended that event. Let's check out our picks of the litter for the week. From the Joplin Humane Society, we've chosen a young male Great Dane. His name is Zuko. And from the Southeast Kansas Humane Society, we've chosen this 2.5-year-old bloodhound with a big name, a male named Lord Bartholomew Richard Fitzgerald Smith. We're going to call him Bart for short. They say he's equal parts gentleman and goofball. Good combination, if you ask me. If you're looking for a pet, why not check out your local Humane Society? Would you say you're more gentleman or goofball?
Probably goofball.
Yeah, I think we all have a lot of goofball in us. Yeah, and our director, Tim, agrees. So
yeah,
there you go.
There we go.
It's unanimous.
All right, temperatures kind of hot and humid over the next couple days. Lower 90s, but our heat index is going to make it feel like it's upper 90s to near 100 degrees. Thunderstorm chances this weekend.
Very good. Thanks for joining us. The CBS Evening News is next. Both of us goofballs are going to be right back here for KOAM News at 6. We'll see you then. Let's make it a great evening.